Sorry, let me just straighten up my, whoops, sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Just gonna straighten up my camera a little bit there. There we go. Sorry about that. Welcome everyone. I am so happy that you're here. My name is Patty Bennett, and I am going to be sharing some really fun ideas with the new Stampin' Up! Cake Day Bundle. We'll look at that in more detail in a minute, but this is what it looks like. It is part of the Stampin' Up! November 2025 online exclusive release. Sorry, I was distracted. You're not going to believe this. I was looking for my phone. I'm like, what am I? My phone is in my holder. That's how I'm filming this. Anyway, there we go. That's how today has been going, my friends. So if you're watching live today, today is Friday, November 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is part of my weekly crafting video series that I do on Friday mornings. So I am so glad that you are here if you're watching live. If you're watching a replay, fabulous as well. And if you're new, welcome. We'll get started in just a minute. So starting shortly, there we go, officially. And here is my information. I'll just leave that there for a minute while I check and see who is joining live, and then we will get going. Hey, Jackie. I know, isn't that funny? Looking for my phone. It's right there. I'm filming this with my phone. Like literally, that is how today is going. Hi, Lori. Hello, Diane and Shan. Welcome, Judy, Susan, Robin, Faith, Terry, Rhonda, Deborah, Kelly, Diana, Claudia. Hello, everybody. Hi, Diana. So glad that you are all here. We're going to give everybody just about, I don't know, 30 more seconds to find a live feed, and then we are going to get started. And today I had to make myself a little list so that I wouldn't forget to tell you all the things. We're going to be getting ready for 2026. Well, both birthday cards, and I have a little banner idea here that I want to share with you. So we'll be making birthday cards, a banner, talking about different color schemes, and then I want to show you something about putting your stamps on the Stampin' Storage magnet cards. So I had to put that on my list because I don't want to forget to show this to you. It's something that I forgot in my original new packaging video that we did several weeks ago. So welcome if you're joining live. My name is Patty Bennett and my blog is pattystamps.com. I've been blogging for about 18 years, and I will have these cards made with the Cake Day bundle on my blog tomorrow, pattystamps.com. If you are looking for these supplies, they are already on my blog today. So here is our list that we are using, and I just tossed in yesterday. I was working on these. I tossed in another pack of designer paper, and I will be showing you that as well. Excuse me, it's not on this list, but when I blog these, it will be on that list. So we do have the Cake Day bundle and some designer paper, doilies, ink, cardstock. Everything is from my Stampin' Up! Online store. If you need anything, you can get there by going to pattystamps.com/shop. You can click on these on my blog today if that's easier for you, and they will be on my blog again tomorrow. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. So glad that you are here. So, excuse me, sorry, just a little frog in my throat. I mentioned a minute ago about the November online exclusive product release. Somehow my brain is still not comprehending that we're in November. It just doesn't, does that even seem possible, my friends? We're already 1 week in. This was released earlier this week. And on the first page, you have the Brushed with Beauty product suite. We used that last week in those pop-out cards that I showed you. But today we are going to be using the Cake Day bundle. And that is over here. Oh, I guess these pages aren't numbered. Well, it's towards the end or the middle, I guess, of this brochure. The Cake Day bundle. And you can purchase the stamps and the dies separately, but you always save 10% when you buy them together. So that's called our bundled savings. I would recommend getting the bundle for this. I don't think this is one of those bundles where you could get away with just one or the other, really. I really think you need the whole thing. Sometimes, and I will always be honest you when I'm honest with you when I'm demonstrating something, sometimes I'll tell you, you really don't need the dies or you really don't need the stamp set. You can make these cards without. But this, you're going to want the whole bundle. I love this bundle. I was a little intimidated though. So at first I was like, what in the heck is that thing? Why does it look like that? I don't know. Well, that's frosting. So we'll look at that. These are cake layers. Here's some sprinkles, more frosting, cute set, cute fonts and greetings. And then the dies, I was like, wow, this is a ton of stuff. And I had no idea how what to do with it. So you know me, what do? I just start die cutting. So I'm going to show you all the pieces that I was die cutting, but I do want to just show you where we're headed here. This is what these stamps and dies can create. So you can make a slice of cake with the frosting and the little, like, I don't know, whipped cream frosting somethings. I don't know. I don't bake. If you know me, I don't bake. So I don't know all the technical things. And then adorable little macaron cookies. And there's a cute little banner. There's another piece that I'll show you in a minute that you can stamp greetings on. So depending on your colors, here we have chocolate cake. I did it in lemon lolly and daffodil delight. And then you have sort of a lemon chiffon type of a cake. And I love this little, isn't this cute how you can have the frosting that's kind of dripping down the side? And I don't know if you can see, I also embossed, yeah, you can see that. I embossed that frosting layer to give it sort of that movement of when they do the frosting on the cake. If it's not smooth, you'll see all those lines. So anyway, I don't know what it's called, but anyway, lemon cake. And then I tried to do just sort of a, I don't know, strawberry maybe with chocolate frosting and some lemon frosting. And you can also make this open. So I'll show you how this die works and how all of these little pieces can be added onto it to decorate your cake. So this color palette, you can see, I just sort of went with like the chocolate and the lemon and the petal pink. I know my label is really faded, but it's a pretty pink color. So that was this color palette. And then after I created these, I was thinking, oh, I wonder what this would be like with a really fun, bright color palette. So yesterday I sat down and started playing a little more, and I decided to combine some ideas with this suite. This was in the January to April mini catalog. And this really pretty wildflower birthday paper had the color combo that I really wanted to go for on a second set of these cards. And so I pulled out what I had left. I did not have a ton of it left, but I'll show you. And this is actually on clearance right now. So if you are interested in using this paper in combination with the new Cake Day bundle, grab it now before it completely goes away, and you'll get a savings on that because it's on sale. So that's a fun paper or a fun thing to just to note, to think about. So I made cake in all of the fun colors in that paper. Isn't that fun? I just think this is delicious looking. I think it's so cute. And then one of my favorite sets, this is called the Layered Thoughts set. I love that set. I use it a ton. So I did a birthday part for my banner. And then I think I forgot to look. I think this one may have sold out. I am not positive, but I kept it because I love this Celebrate stamp. It was part of that wildflower celebration scrapbooking suite of products. It might still be in the online store. I will have to look, but I used that. And so I started pieces of a banner with my banner dies. So I'm going to kind of, I don't know, decide how this is going to lay out and make a really cute banner with this. So we will make a nice bright piece of cake to go on one of these at the end today. But I just wanted to show you, you know me, I like the overview. So that's our birthday banner. I like to give you alternate ideas. But what we will be concentrating first on is this color palette and how to use all these pieces to make your cakes. Isn't this so cute? Thanks, Charlene. Oh, thank you, Robin. No problem, Randy. We're just getting started. I love that paper too, Anita. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, everybody. No problem, Tammy. Welcome. We're just getting started. So one thing I just want to share, and it's this last thing on my list. I don't want to forget to show you this. A few weeks ago, when I shared with you this new packaging that Stampin' Up! Has introduced now with this November online exclusive, I showed you that the stamps and the dies both come in these tall, skinny, heavy-duty plastic envelopes. The stamps will have a cover that looks like this with the artwork. And then the stamps themselves are on the usual, well, the photopolymer, usual for photopolymer, on the plastic sheet inside. Okay, and that's in there. And then the dies are in a separate package. I have put mine on the new Stampin' Storage magnet cards. When I am done, I will link the magnet cards to or in this video description, so you'll be able to find those. But one thing that I forgot to show you all when I was showing you the information, oh, and the dies are pictured. I forgot to show you that. So the dies are pictured. One thing I forgot to show you is that the back of the Stampin' Storage magnet cards are designed so that you can put your stamps right on them. Before I take one off and show you, I want to remind you that when you take your photopolymer stamps off of the plastic sheets, don't just pick it up by a corner and pull. You risk ripping it. You want to kind of roll it like this. Do you see how I'm rolling like this with my fingers? You want to roll them off. And I see I have a little bonus piece there. But you can store all of your stamps on the back of this magnet card. It is meant to store your stamps. That is what this surface is for. And so I know people have been asking, am I going to store my stamps and my dies together or store them separately? What am I going to do with this new system? And I said, you know, I honestly hadn't figured it out yet because we'd only had these for like a week at the time that I did the video. Here's what I am going to do. On a bundle like this, where these dies and these stamps are very specific to each other. I mean, you can see that these just absolutely go together. You probably would not be using these dies for other projects at all. You're going to use them together. So when I come across a bundle like that, I have decided that I will store my stamps on the back of the magnet card, and then I will just put both of these inserts. So then you'll just have, sorry, so you'll have just, you know, this flimsy insert. I will probably have that tucked in the front, and then I will just be able to put everything together right in one package. If there is a set that has, like, remember when we had, I know I keep pulling this one out, but it's such a good example. The textured notes, this was part of a bundle. The stamps had nothing to do with these shapes. I would definitely store something like this separate. I would store my stamps in the stamp case. I would store my dies in a separate case because I would be using these all the time for other things. So that's kind of what I have decided, at least for now. And I know things might evolve. That's kind of the beauty of all of this that we crafters do, right? We can change things and make them be whatever we want them to be. Just for now though, bear with me. I'm just going to put these back because I have a lot of these stamps already mounted for today that we are going to use. So let me just put this back. Oh, I do want to show you one other alternate. This is called a stamp card. It is a heavier weight plastic than what Stampin' Up puts their stamps on. I transferred my stamps from the Stampin' Up plastic card onto this. See, you can see it's like really heavy. Can you tell that? I did have to trim about a half of an inch off. You could do that with an X-Acto knife or a heavy duty paper trimmer. I did reach out to them and I asked them if they would please consider redoing the size to fit this new Stampin' Up size. So that might be in the works. We'll see. But that is what I have my my stamps on. This is what the Stampin' Up packaging comes on, and this you can see is much heavier. I hope that makes sense. I'm just trying to give you alternate ideas and just things to think about as we all kind of grow and evolve together with this new system. But just food for thought, okay? Just food for thought. So now, I'm sorry for the diversion, but you know me, like I need to tell you all the things, right? Oh, I'm glad that you're excited about this bundle, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So here is what I did to begin with. I showed you the color combo. So it's basically like chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla-ish colors, give or take, right? So I started die cutting, and you know I love my little square bins. I do have these linked similar bins in the online store of Amazon favorites. These are in the description. So I have my little cup of macarons. Oh, this was a what not to, no, this one's okay. Sorry, I did something that was a what not to do. Maybe I threw it away. Anyway, the little like frosting dollops. So I did these in all the same color palette. Those are our pieces of stamped frosting. And then I'm going to show you how to assemble those little macarons, because if you look at those, to me, they look like the wheel of a car and some kind of a little mustache Pac-Man thing. I don't know. And I was like, what in the world do you do with those? So I'll show you how to assemble those. And then you have all the pieces of the cake. Wanted to show you what I ended up die cutting. So this piece, you can see, will die cut the actual cake. If you use the whole thing, this will score it in the middle like this one that I showed you so that it can open. If you just want to have one slice of cake just flat, then you can cut that after you die cut the two pieces. Okay. And then this piece is actually that frosting piece that goes down the side. So that's that. These I die cut out of white, and that makes these little frosting pieces that you stamp on. This little piece, so after you die cut that, let me get my pieces out here. Okay, so after you die cut this piece, which goes right there, if you want to use this little piece, then you have to do it separate. So you die cut this first, and then you die cut this, and that's how you would get this like dripping frosting look. So that's what that little piece does. Okay, we did that. So if you do that, so here would be the whole frosting piece. If you use that extra little thing, it looks like that. And you can see that I did emboss it with, what is this folder? So Swirly. So I did the So Swirly folder on that. Okay, so we got the cake and the frosting. These little pieces here, okay, those are those. And they make these little, almost like little slits, but they're just little decoration details. So they already make that. And then these, honestly, I thought these were like wheels on a truck. That is going to make our macarons. So when you die cut those, they look like this. Don't they look like mag wheels or something? I think that's really funny. Okay. And you can see I just used up my whole piece. I just kept die cutting as many as I could. And then these funny little mustache Pac-Man-y things. I mean, I don't know. Don't those look funny? Those are going to die cut our little pieces of frosting that go in the macaron. So before I put these away, I'm going to show you quickly how to assemble those just so they're done. Okay, so let me just assemble these pieces really quick with you. Hang on. Just going to put them on here just so they don't get lost in the chaos. I did find, I kind of felt like a glue dot was probably my best bet for this. So you're going to take this little mustache thing and kind of flip it over. You'll see kind of a front and a back. So that on what I would call the front, I'm going to press it onto a glue dot. So my glue dot is right up there. And then I'm going to separate. You see how this, yeah, you can see that. See how that separates? And I'm just going to slide this in and close it up. And that makes your frosting inside of your macaron. What I also did, oh no, where's my little favorite dental pick thingy? Please hold, here it is. It's right where it should be. I just didn't see it. So then I took my favorite little, dental pick, take a pick tool add-on. Love this thing. And I flipped this back and stuck a little glue dot inside of there just so that it would hold together. But that's how you make the cute little cookies. And look how cute they are. Aren't these adorable? Look at all those little, you can mix and match. You can make the frosting any color. You can make the cookie any color. Aren't those cute? I just thought that was so fun once I figured out exactly what in the heck I was doing. So that's the cookie. Okay, so the cake, the frosting, the little frosting dollops, and the cookies. Okay, so those are those pieces. And let me just see if I can somewhat assemble this back into place. There we go. Okay, I did show you those two. So when you die cut them in white and you stamp them, you can stamp whatever color frosting you would like. So I have a bunch of different colors ready to go. Okay. And I stamped afterwards. I was able to do it pretty well. If you want to stamp before and then die cut, you can. It was just faster for me to stamp after. So those are those two frosting pieces. And then we have candles that I added to this banner piece. Super cute. This one, I'm going to show you two different things I did with this. So this one actually has, see this little like stick part that you can stick down onto the cake, or I trimmed it off and I just used it as a little banner piece. And the words are already curved. So Stampin' Up! Did a great job of having that all done for us. Then there is this little banner, which I die cut a few, but I didn't use them yet. I did not have the occasion to use that on my projects yet. And then there are a couple of different little like sparkler shapes. This one and this one and this one. So I guess 3. And you can either use those at the top of the candles or like I did just as decorations. And then there are some little stars. Oh, and then tall skinny candles if you wanted to do the tall skinny candles. So that's all the pieces of dies and how they work together. And we'll assemble some now because they're just so cute. So much fun. But I did want to point out that if you use a half sheet of cardstock and just lay your pieces out and then duplicate some of the little frosting and the macaron pieces, you will get the most bang for your buck out of your cardstock. So in that color palette, I did pecan pie, early espresso, petal pink, and lemon lolly. And I just die cut a whole bunch of different pieces. I think I have more over here. Oh, I forgot to show you the doily that I used. I'll have to show you that. Well, I was positive I had more pieces. Please hold. They're in my bucket somewhere. Or they disappeared. I don't know. They might have disappeared. We might just be working with these pieces. Huh. Well. Anyway, we'll go with this. We'll go with this. Did you see that? I used the back of the large pink doily on this card. Isn't that so super cute with the cake? And you might want to grab these now since they're online exclusives, and you might want to use them in your Valentine projects. So I'll just show you. The large one is pink. The small one is red, but they're white on the other side. So you can either color them or use the white. So those are in that same online exclusive brochure that I showed you. So let's use these pieces and I'll show you what we could assemble. So as I mentioned, this is already scored. So if you want your cake to open, and you don't even have to put it on a card. Maybe you just make a little card and this is the card. You will leave it like this. If you wanted 2 separate pieces to just put flat on a card, then after you die cut it, you just use your trimmer or your scissors and just cut right on that fold line, and you would end up with 2 pieces that you can use. All right, let's stamp. So maybe, should we do a lemon? Or should we do a chocolate? Let's do another chocolate. Let's do a chocolate. And I will show you how I stamped the pieces. I actually did them a few different ways. I don't think there's a right or wrong, but the 3 pieces that you'll want, can you see those? Let's see. Okay, the top one looks like a banner, but it's not. It's just 2 lines. The middle one is just kind of these squiggle lines, and then the bottom one is pieces of sort of confetti or frosting or, you know, whatever you'd want to call that. Those are the 3 pieces that I used. You can do whatever you want with these, whatever colors you want. I don't know. I think these are just super fun. I am going to, hang on, don't want to knock anything over. I am going to switch it up just a little bit. And I'm going to use pecan pie for the little sprinkles, just so that they are not quite this dark. Okay, I want them a little lighter on this one just to show you. And on this stamp, I don't know if you can tell, but this side is a little more vertical and this side has a little bit of an angle. So what you're going to do is put the angle side over here and bring this down towards the bottom. And then this angle is actually lining up with the edge of the cake. And you're going to build it like this at an angle all the way up, because when you put your frosting on, then it looks right. I wasn't sure how this was going to be at first, and my first couple of these was really kind of funny looking. But I experimented, so you don't have to, and now you'll know how to do it. And then the two straight lines, I need to pull this a little closer to myself, so I apologize, but I need to be able to see this. Then I did the two straight lines, and then this little piece has like, I don't know, 6 or 8 different little squiggly lines. So you can do this 2 or 3 times. Oh, I meant to do the dark one. Okay, we'll just go right over it. That's fine. You can do this 2 or 3 times or once. I mean, there's no right and wrong. Seriously, there is no right and wrong. So that to me was kind of like the cake, and this was sort of like the frosting. And then you just keep building straight on up. You just keep going. But truly, however you want to do it, doesn't have to match this. And I know it does look a little bit funny as you're building it. Like I said, went through 2 or 3 different iterations of this and I went, wait, what? What? That doesn't work. How is that? I just wasn't sure, but it ends up being fine. I'm just going to fill in a little bit down here at the bottom. It was hard for me to see before. So there we go. Then I'll just lay this on here just so you can kind of get a feel for what this is going to look like. So then if you put your chocolate frosting on, then there you go. You have your layers of cake and frosting. Isn't that fun? I think it's really, really versatile. You can do whatever you want to do with this. And sorry, I'm just cleaning off my stamps over here. Bear with me for 1 second. Because I almost put my arm in it, and then it would look like I had a cake tattoo. Okay. Other thing I did was I took, what is this? This is the number 500 of the neutrals. Wait, naturals? Natural blends. I think it's the medium. And I just lightly streaked over, and it's going to lighten, so don't worry, it's not super dark. Just very lightly streaked over so that I would have more definition, and don't worry, it's going to lighten a little bit. I would have a little more definition between the bands. You can see that I did that here. So that's basically how you build that cake and how you do the layers, or how you can do it. You don't have to do it like that. But then, let's see, this is going to be cute. Let's add some sprinkles. And you can either use this, bye, be safe, love you. You can either use this one, or what I sort of liked was I just did this piece kind of over and over, rotating it just a little bit each time. And that gave me a whole bunch of little fun sprinkles on there. Can you see that? It's kind of dark, but little chocolate sprinkles on my chocolate frosting. Yes, Valentine's cards, Debbie, exactly. Oh, Debbie's gonna bake. That's cute. Yeah, so the sprinkles. And then if you want to add that, you can with sprinkles. I like how that looks with the sprinkles. You could also add one of these layers so that it looks like extra dripping frosting on there, which I think is really cute. I think we might do that. This might just be like chocolate, 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 chocolate cake. Should we emboss that? Let me emboss that really quick. I'm just going to turn around and give this some embossing. And I just want to show you, I kind of found if I put it sort of up here in this folder, that's where I did all of them. Then I had kind of those lines that went over the top and then a little extra swirly right there. So I'm just going to emboss that. Oh yeah, that looks almost good enough to eat. Look how cute that is with the embossing. Okay, we can add that. And maybe, you know what? Let me grab a blending brush. Let's add even a little bit of ink on there. Here's early espresso. Wait, is that what I used? Yeah, early espresso. Let's just see. If we don't like it, then we'll use a different piece. But I think, ooh, my goodness. Good thing I tapped it off first, right? So I'm just trying to sort of hit the raised portions a bit. It hardly shows. I wonder if we could do that. You know, that streaking thing that I've done with the, oh yeah, that I've done with the sunflower folder. Yep, look, that added tons of color. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, now I don't like it as much. Oh dear. Well, I can't flip it over. Hang on, do I have another one? If not, I could cut another one. Or I know what I could do. Hang on. Instead of kind of like these stripes of color, if I just darken the whole thing, then I think I might like it better. Yeah, that's going to work. Well, I saved it. I saved it. Ooh, and I know. How about a little bit of sparkle? Why not? A little bit of Wink of Stella on that. Haha, that's going to be fun. Oh yeah, that's so good. That looks delicious. Okay, so let's glue those on and then we will finish decorating. Do you see how much that lightened where I did the blends? It makes it so much lighter after it dries, that when the alcohol is evaporating. But it just gives it a little bit of definition so that your cake and your frosting layers are a little bit different. Then what if we used the chocolate frostings? Oh, I do want to show you this. I discovered this as well. Do you see how the edge is colored and then it has like white highlights? So what I did was I used that same number 500 and I just went around the edge of it, left the white inside, and I really liked how that looked. So it's just an option. I mean, you don't have to, but I was playing. You know me, play with all the layers, play with all the pieces. And I cut very skinny little strips of my foam adhesive sheets and just kept them in this little container with my frosting so that those would be ready to go for the back. Oh, can I make that cake gluten-free? I think I can. Let me just, here, I'm going to wave my magic wand. Gluten-free, gluten-free, gluten-free. There you go. Just did it. And you know what also? I just made it calorie-free. I promise you, if you eat this, it's calorie-free. Promise you. Well, I don't think there's calories in paper, is there? Pretty sure there's not. Okay, look how cute this is looking. Doesn't that look deliciously fun? And then, let's see. Do we want some dark chocolate little whipped dollops up here? Yes, we do. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Oh, yes. Okay, and so for those, I just snuck my glue dots under those. I found that that was pretty easy, and I love this little dental pick tool for that as well. This little add-on to the Take Your Pick tool is just perfect for so many things. So just kind of pull it right off of the sheet, and then we'll sneak attack it under there like that. So that holds those in place. Isn't that fun? I think that's adorable. So cute. I love that. Love that, love that. And then let's see. Should we, well, I don't know. Do we like make different flavors? I think this one looks like an Oreo. I don't know. Should we put different flavors on there? Oh, look, that one's cute with the chocolate. This one doesn't show. So what if we just did a little trio of I don't know. I think it kind of works better when they're on the card. See how I just kind of added them to the card more so than on top of the cake? Well, let me think about this for a sec. So is this going to be a standalone card, or is this going to be on a card? What I found was with this trio of colors, I pulled out these are the 6x6 paper stacks in subtles and in colors. And I really liked this for the background. So I think all those two, that's the background. And then the striped one was in the background of that card. And I thought it added just enough interest, but wasn't like overbearing. Would we maybe want to do on yellow? I don't know. That's like kind of daring. That's kind of fun. Something like that. Let's do that. Why not? And then also I was thinking these pieces, you could cut the frosting piece out of those if you wanted to have like a little bit of textury pattern, but not a bunch. So that's an option as well. I just thought they were really good pieces to use. So let me just see what this would like. I have early espresso, card base. I think that would look pretty delicious. And then we could do Happy Cake Day up at the top with espresso. Let's try that. When I showed these cards to my husband last week, he looked at them and he said, "When's Cake Day?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. It's like another way of saying happy birthday." So I looked it up, and Cake Day is actually November 26th, which I can easily remember because that was my mom's birthday. Yeah. Happy Cake Day. Oh, you know what I did on here? I could have done that, but it's all right. I'm already committed. I was using the extra strips from those same patterns to stamp on, and I thought that was kind of cute as well. Just gives it, doesn't that make it happy and fun? I think that's really cute. But that's all right. I already did it on there, so we'll just leave it. And then we'll assemble. So top fold 11 by 4¼ just scored in half. Oops, that's funny. That one got stuck right there. And then I think I'll just put a dimensional on the back of each of these macarons. And then those can go right on our card wherever we want them. Let's see, let's put one up here. And one on there, and then one down here. How cute. Isn't that fun? So much fun. Calorie-free, gluten-free, the whole business. So again, if you want to, it can open like this one will. Or if you just want to stick it straight down, you can either glue the two sides together, or you can just cut it in half and then you'd have two cakes. And then don't forget the cute little starbursty stamp thing for the envelope flaps. I thought that was a fun addition. So I would recommend picking a color palette, die cutting a whole bunch of pieces, die cutting your little extra, frosting and cookies and all the fun things. And then you'll be ready to just create, and mix and match. You know me, it's kind of like the whole paper doll type scenario that I love when I am just die cutting a million different things. That's what I love to do because then it gives me so many options. So let me show you this banner idea that I was working on, and we'll make one in this color palette. So if you have to go, I know I've already kept you close to an hour, which seems like crazy to believe, but if you need to go, I understand. If you would like to hang out and see more cakes and more options, then I would love to have you hang out for a bit. So I used my banner dies, and I used that paper that I showed you in the beginning from Wildflower Birthday. And I just picked, let's see, do I have 4 patterns? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5. I have 5 patterns. And then I just started with my die cutting and stamping in that color palette. So Blueberry Bushel, Pretty in Pink, and Coastal Cabana. Or you could do Pool Party, or both. I mean, you could do all 3 blues if you want to. But that was what I kind of picked out from the paper. And if you missed that in the beginning, this was what I showed you from the January mini catalog. They actually say Pool Party, but I thought the Coastal Cabana was just a little bit richer and deeper and a little more festively fun. And that paper, if you're interested, remember, is on the last chance list and on clearance. So don't delay if you think you might want to get some of that so that you can play with this bundle. So my thought process here was that my banner would have probably 3 different pieces of cake and the celebrate and the happy birthday, so like this. And I think I'll just add another cake and another cake and another cake. So 3, well, that would be 4 cakes. Maybe my banner doesn't have to be, maybe if I take this piece off and I did cake, celebrate, cake, birthday, cake. I think that's what I'll do. I think I like that idea. So that it has 3 cakes and 2 greetings. I like that. I think I like that. And I did have an idea with those little strips. I'm going to keep those. Here's some of my cake and my frosting. I had also stamped and fussy cut in different ways on this, what color? Soft seafoam. And I'll be honest, if you know me, soft seafoam's not my favorite color in the world. I like it with the blueberry bushel and the pink, but alone, it's not really my favorite color. And so I was kind of, toying with that, but then it just wasn't hitting me yesterday. Now today I like it. Whatever. But you know what I'll probably do is I'll make a card that looks like this. So mental note, make a card that looks like this later. I think I'll do that. So I just kind of kept those and they'll just be extras for something. But if I did a Coastal Cabana cake and then another pink cake, or a pink and a Coastal Cabana. Yeah, I think that's what my banner will look like. Oh, and I had another tip here, so don't go yet. Sorry if you already left, but I had a tip. So when you are die cutting your frosting, sorry, like mix and match. How does this go? Okay, when you're die cutting your frosting, if you want to die cut one of these to add to it, but you want a contrasting color under there, you can just cut a little portion. So you could just do something like that and layer those 2 pieces together. You don't have to have that entire piece in the back. And what I did was I grabbed my 2-tone Pool Party. Do you see I have a little bit lighter, a little bit darker? So that I could mix and match with this color palette. So that's the light Pool Party stamped with Coastal Cabana. And that way it gives me kind of these other options for a little bit different color. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud here of how this is going to go. I'm sort of thinking about pink frosting on that one, so that I have pink frosting, Coastal Cabana frosting, and blueberry bushel frosting. I think that's what I like. And then I'll save something like this for the card that I make with this. So I'm gonna put those aside and save that for something else. So that's what I think I'll do. And since I've already stamped a pink version over here, let's stamp a Coastal Cabana one. And then I am going to have to finish this cake up in a couple weeks. I am leaving next week for, well, actually in 2 days, for Las Vegas for the Stampin' Up leadership conference. So I will not be here next Friday, the 14th, for a live. So don't panic if you don't see me. I'm I am just not going to be here next Friday. But I will work on finishing up this banner after I get back, and then this will be on my blog after that. So anyway, just no panics if you can't find my live next week. I'm just going to do this one twice just so it's a little bit lighter. Not so much stamping on that one. But I will post my finished banner whenever it gets done. I don't know when it's going to get done. It'll get done at some point. Oops, not that. You were all probably yelling at me. And then I see I have like a little strip right here that didn't get inked. So here's what I'm going to do. Clean off that stamp. And I'm just going to get a little bit of it inked. There, and then fill that in. That's much better. So that's cute. Blue cake? I don't know. What flavor is blue cake? Anybody know? I don't know what flavor is blue cake. Let's be fun. And let's do dark blueberry bushel sprinkles. Whoa! Blueberry bushel sprinkle fingers. That's what you can call me. At least I didn't drop it. Let's see how that looks. Oh, blue raspberry. Yes, of course. Vanilla with food coloring. Yep. Yep, blue raspberry. Thank you, everybody. You all know way more about cakes than I do. I'm just reading your comments. Yes, Debbie, these Stampin' Up! Designers really are fabulous. Aren't they amazing? Just amazes me, everything that they come up with. Oh, that's going to be fun. And then our pink frosting layer. That will be adorable. Just put a little here. Pink frosting. Oh, look how yummy that looks. So cute. Then, let's see, what color should we do? Some pink frosting on the pink and some coastal down here. It's not floating my boat. What about blue? What about pink and pink? I kind of like that better. And then maybe our little, is that 2 or 1? 2. Maybe our little dollopy things could be blue. Oh yeah, that kind of ties it all in. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, I have my little tiny foam adhesive strips, skinny strips for the frosting. Oh, cute. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm just reading who said that. Mary said it would be cute for her grandson who turns 5 to do a banner like this. Yes, and you definitely could use an alphabet and spell out a name. You could just spell out anything, what fun, party. You could spell out lots of different words with any alphabets that you have. Okay, since I know they're just going to go right there, I'm just going to put my 2 glue dots right here and here. Oh, how cute is that piece? That's just so much fun. So much fun. Now, which banner was this going on? What happened to my banner? Oh dear. Let's see. This was going to be, this must be this one. I think I kind of got them out of order. Was that going to go on there? I think so. And what I decided to do on this banner, just to give it like a little more weight, I am going to just seal these closed so that they have a little more weight to them. And then I can put them onto the banner piece. And what I thought with all these little strips that I had left over after I was die cutting these banners, I was kind of thinking about adding a strip like at the top, like this, but then it really kind of got hidden. And I wasn't really sure if that was really needed. Let's see what these, I mean, I don't know that it really adds much of anything. I don't know. It was a thought. And I also had a thought. This was, I don't know, this came to me in the middle of the night. So yesterday I was using this new banner punch. I was punching a whole bunch of them in white, and I was stamping them with smaller greetings that I have. And I had this thought. So what if you used the little banner punch pieces and you fold them in half and you attach them? I might even use a stapler, maybe. You attach them like this so that you have two on each piece like this. And then you run your ribbon through the little opening up there. What do you think about that? I don't even know how these ideas come to my brain, but I was thinking that. It could be twine, it could be ribbon, but kind of envision that. Do you think that would be a cute way to do a banner? Let me know. Comment and oh, you love that? Love that. Okay. Oh, thanks, Helen, for catching me live. I'm just ending, so be sure to watch the replay. I started an hour ago. I'm glad you guys like that idea. Terry says this cake looks like a showstopper on the Great British Baking Show. Well, let me tell you, this would be the absolute only baking show I would ever be on, because I do not, I'll just be honest, I don't like the kitchen. I don't do anything. I don't like to bake and cook and nothing. I'm really good at going out. That's my forte. Oh. So I think this one will kind of do like that. And that just ties in all the colors. I like that. Oh, I know what I did though. I popped this whole thing up on foam adhesive. That's kind of small. Let me see if I have a couple better pieces. Ooh, that just fits. I'll use that. And then I'll just put this one down here. Cuteness. Too much cuteness. So I think we'll put that one there and that one there. Tuck it just a little bit, just like that. Perfect. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, so I think that will be, I think that'll be the banner. So it will have 3 cake slices and the celebrate and the birthday, and I'm going to use these little tabs, so I'll remember to do that. I think that's going to be fun. And that will be my banner. And what I like is that without a name, you could hang this up for anybody's birthday. And like if you worked in an office, you could keep this and hang it up for anybody's birthday every single time. Everybody could enjoy it. So that would be kind of fun. And you could make it in different colors. You know, if you wanted to do it in this color palette that we used for the cards and you wanted to make it a little more generic, not really male or female colors, you could totally do that. And then it could be for men as well as women. I mean, this can be for men, but you know, face it, maybe they would like the chocolate or something else a little more than the pink and the blue. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think I hit it all. Let me just look at my list here. Did I cover all the things? The birthday cards, the banner, 2 different color schemes, the stamps on the magnet card, and getting ready for your 2026 birthday celebrations. I did it all. So any questions about the Cake Day bundle, about how to assemble, how to use all the cute pieces? Any questions from anybody? Oh, there is a question. The banner piece that you didn't use could work as a cake layer. Let me see. I know what you mean. Here it is. So this one, you're asking if that could be a cake layer. I mean, I suppose, let's look at this one that's not assembled yet. So if you like put it in there, I mean, you could. You totally could. I think I might be more inclined just to use a strip of paper just because the edge doesn't match. But you could. That's a very good observation. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Hilda. You're welcome, Deborah. I'm glad you enjoyed this. Oh, good, Mary. I'm glad you like it too. Yay. Thank you, everybody. You're welcome, Gina. Thank you for watching, everyone. I just can't believe how fast this hour goes. I feel like I've been talking for 8 minutes, but whatever. Obviously not. Yes, Hilda, this bundle is very versatile. It has so much to it. So many different pieces that go together. So cute. Well, thank you again for joining me. Just a reminder, I will be back on the 21st of November, not on the 14th. And I hope that you enjoy all of these ideas. If you need the products, or if you want to download your copy of the online exclusive brochure, that is all linked in the video and on my blog. And I hope that you will enjoy using your Cake Day bundle. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.